GRichardShell, Bargaining for Advantage, Negotiation Strategies for Reasonable People. Step into the world of skillful negotiation with Bargaining for Advantage, Negotiation Strategies for Reasonable People by GRichardShell. This book summary offers insights into leveraging your individual strengths and adopting general negotiation tips that cater to all personality types. Explore the importance of setting optimistic expectations, appealing to norms, and fostering reciprocal relationships. Learn to comprehend your opponent's motivations, capitalize on the power of leverage, and overcome negotiation stalemates with the right mindset. Unravel the 3 different bargaining ethics that play a vital role in the negotiating styles of various individuals.
Embrace your authentic strengths. To improve your negotiating skills, utilize your genuine character traits and strengths. Different people have diverse levels of competitiveness that shape their negotiation styles. By remaining true to your own character and developing strategies around it, your negotiation approach will be more effective and authentic. You must bake with the flour you have, goes a Danish folk saying, emphasizing the value of making the best of our available resources. This principle is important when approaching negotiations, both in business and in daily life. Embracing your authentic strengths is the secret to better negotiating. Each individual negotiates differently, stemming from the unique levels of competitiveness inherent in our personalities. Take Steve Ross, founder of Warner Communications, and former CEO of Time Warner, as an example. Fiercely competitive, Ross was known for his unwavering determination to win, driving him to bring his A-game to his business dealings. He once ordered a pilot to circle an airfield until he could win a hand in a card game aboard the corporate jet. In contrast, consider American talk show host Larry King, who demonstrated a more cooperative negotiation style. During contract negotiations with CNN, instead of using competing offers from other networks to pressure CNN's owner, Ted Turner, into providing him a substantial pay increase, King opted to stay with CNN, settling for a modest raise. For King, pushing for aggressive bargains was not reflective of his true nature. Attempting to adopt a negotiation style that is incongruent with your personality can lead to inconsistent and ineffective strategies. People are more likely to respect your authenticity when it shines through during negotiations. Therefore, it is essential to capitalize on your natural strengths and develop your negotiation style around them. For instance, if you are not typically assertive, don't try to imitate Steve Ross. Work with the skills you already possess, such as attentive listening, understanding the other side's needs, and finding common ground for agreement. If you are naturally competitive, build your negotiation strategy around that trait. Embrace your genuine character to excel in negotiations. While staying true to your unique character, there are some general tips that can benefit negotiators universally. These valuable strategies will be discussed in the subsequent sections. Optimistic expectations drive success. In 1955, Akio Morita, the leader of a small Japanese company named Sony, set high expectations for his $29.95 miniature transistor radio. Despite skepticism and initial setbacks, Morita's conviction and confidence in the potential of the product led to Sony becoming a world-renowned brand. This example demonstrates the importance of optimistic expectations in negotiations, positioning oneself for success by basing expectations on research and potential, and maintaining conviction in a product's value. Once upon a time, a fledgling company in Japan created a miniature transistor radio that quickly gained popularity in its home country. However, under the leadership of Akio Morita, this company, Sony, set its sights even higher. It wanted to bring its innovative product to the United States, the largest consumer market globally. While this endeavor may have seemed overly ambitious, it showcases the benefits of setting optimistic yet justifiable expectations. Drawing from the radio's success in Japan, Morita believed in its potential for explosive growth in a broader market and pursued this vision with conviction. Upon arriving in New York, Morita faced several challenges. Skeptics believed American consumers would prefer larger radios and showed little interest in Sony's product. However, thanks to Morita's persistence, Bulova, a respected name in the electronics industry, eventually took notice. They offered to buy 100,000 units, with one catch: the radio would bear Bulova's name, not Sony's. Despite the potential for substantial profits, Morita refused to accept this condition. In response to the incredulous Bulova representative, Morita declared that Sony's name would one day be just as famous. In the end, Sony secured a more modest deal with another distributor, ensuring their brand remained on the radio and ultimately began their journey to global recognition. From this narrative, we learn that entering negotiations with optimistic expectations rather than abstract goals is crucial for success. Expectations are specific, reasonable achievements based on facts and research. They lend authority and conviction to our demands, increasing the likelihood of securing a favorable outcome. This steadfast belief can serve as a powerful motivator that bolsters our resolve in negotiations. Morita's firm expectation, grounded in his understanding of the transistor radio's potential, provided the confidence he needed to drive a hard bargain. By carrying this conviction into negotiations, you too can strengthen your position and believe wholeheartedly in your product's worth. Harness norms for negotiation success. To succeed in negotiations, understand and appeal to the norms respected by decision-makers. Laws and internal guidelines hold powerful sway in influencing choices. By aligning your goals with these respected norms and presenting convincing data, you make it difficult for others to dispute your requests. Gandhi, in fighting for Indian rights in South Africa, used this tactic by dressing appropriately and adhering to accepted norms, forcing the administration to recognize his rights. Recognizing and applying prevailing norms can greatly enhance your negotiation strategies. Picture yourself as a nursing executive battling for budget allocations to hire additional staff at your hospital. The race for funding is intense, and to come out on top, aligning with the hospital administration's sense of norms is crucial. The significance lies in realizing that leveraging norms plays a pivotal role in successful negotiations. Norms come in various shapes and sizes, from established laws that knit society together to internal codes of conduct unique to particular environments. To strengthen your position, draw upon these norms while presenting your case. Taking the hospital scenario, consider if hospital administrators prioritize high-quality patient care. This belief then constitutes a norm that you can use in your argument for more nurses. Conduct thorough research, gather relevant data, and align your budget request with the hospital's focus on patient care quality. By doing so, you compel decision-makers to grant your request based on their own established standards. A powerful example of this tactic comes from Mahatma Gandhi's time in South Africa, where he fought for the rights of the Indian community. Facing his first encounter with racial discrimination, Gandhi resolved to challenge the system using its own norms. One such norm dictated that well-dressed and well-mannered individuals were entitled to travel first class. Determined to secure his rights, Gandhi made an effort to dress impeccably and purchased a first-class ticket. His appearance prompted the station master to perceive Gandhi as a peer, and once on the train, another passenger defended Gandhi against ejection, as he conformed to the accepted norms. As a result, Gandhi retained his seat and completed his journey. The lessons in this story extend beyond political activism and are applicable in various contexts, from boardrooms to everyday disagreements. Identifying and engaging with prevalent norms in any situation serves as an effective and time-tested strategy for negotiation success. Power of reciprocal relationships. The saying, "Leave a good name in case you return," emphasizes the importance of treating others with respect, fairness, and generosity. This concept is vital in business relationships for successful negotiations. A great example can be drawn from the connection between banker J.P. Morgan and tycoon Andrew Carnegie, demonstrating a healthy balance in their relationship. Negotiators should be cautious not to let small favors lure them into making larger concessions. Real reciprocity thrives when both sides understand its value and maintain an equilibrium. The Kenyan proverb, "Leave a good name in case you return," teaches us a valuable lesson about cultivating business relationships founded on integrity and benevolence. When people treat each other with fairness and decency, they can expect the same in return. Such an equitable, give-and-take approach contributes to fruitful negotiations. Neither party should exploit others merely because they have the power to do so. As history has shown, kind gestures can lead to lasting and profitable partnerships, exemplified by the alliance between banker J.P. Morgan and industrialist Andrew Carnegie. Their collaboration began when Carnegie experienced financial struggles during the Panic of 1873. Sensing an opportunity to help, Morgan offered to buy Carnegie's share in a joint partnership at a fair price. When they finally made the deal, Morgan surprised Carnegie by paying him more than the expected sum. This act of honesty and generosity became the foundation of their enduring friendship and business partnership. Reciprocity, the cornerstone of any successful negotiation, was the linchpin of Morgan and Carnegie's relationship. To establish such reciprocity, both parties must take reciprocal steps and not make additional moves until the other person reciprocates. However, it is crucial not to let this principle get skewed. Beware of those who use small gestures to manipulate you into making larger compromises. Some individuals might take advantage of your inclination for cooperation and generosity. As in life, it is vital to guard against such manipulative tactics when negotiating, whether in the street or a CEO's office. Balanced reciprocity is crucial in building strong and lasting relationships, opening doors to a world of opportunities. Unlocking negotiation success. Mastering negotiations requires understanding the other party's motivations and aligning your offer with their interests. Identifying common ground and considering unique solutions to meet their needs can lead to mutually beneficial agreements. Furthermore, knowing the people behind the negotiation and their individual needs proves essential for successful outcomes. Henry Ford astutely observed that success comes from grasping another person's perspective, a sentiment particularly applicable to negotiations. To gain an edge, top negotiators strive to identify the other side's key motivations and work to fulfill them in the offers they present. Understanding the other side's priorities is essential in making progress during negotiations. Consider the story of Kelly Sarber, a saleswoman for a waste management company in Oceanside, California. An avid surfer keenly aware of the importance of local beaches to the economy, she recognized how coastal erosion threatened these precious shorelines. With her company's landfill located in the Arizona desert, she seized upon the abundance of sand at their disposal. By offering to transport sand back from the dump to replenish Oceanside's beaches, Sarber catered to the city's priorities and secured the waste management contract. In addition to focusing on the other party's needs, it is crucial to understand the individuals driving the negotiation. Companies and institutions may have overarching policies and objectives, but ultimately, people with their own needs, statuses, and incentives determine the negotiation's direction. Discovering common ground with those individuals is key to successful negotiations. For example, during a job interview, learning that the potential boss plans to open a new office and manage payroll costs during construction could provide an opportunity to accommodate that interest. By offering to start your new role at a later date, you demonstrate attentiveness to their concerns, increasing your chances of securing the job. In the end, attention to detail and the understanding of the other party's perspective can make all the difference in successful negotiations. Mastering the leverage game. Leverage is an essential element in successful negotiations. It can come in various forms and be applied in several ways, such as pressuring the other side or finding alternative options. Mastering the game of leverage can lead to obtaining favorable outcomes even in the most challenging circumstances. When it comes to negotiations, leverage is a crucial factor determining the outcome. It grants you the power to not only achieve an agreement, but to do so on your terms. Much like a game of poker, successful negotiators understand that perception plays a key role in the process. Experienced negotiators, even with little actual leverage to work with, can capitalize on the dynamic nature of leverage, utilizing it to their advantage. Leverage consists of all the specific advantages a negotiator holds over their counterpart, and it can manifest in numerous ways. One approach is to arrange situations where the other side may lose face if no agreement is reached. This can be achieved by involving a third party to mediate or witness the negotiation while offering visibly reasonable terms. Under the watchful eye of an external party, added pressure is placed on the participants to make a deal. Another powerful strategy is to pursue alternative options that challenge your opponent's position. Consider the story of Janie Mitchum, head of purchasing at Houston Lighting and Power Company, HLNP. Her company was paying an exorbitant $195 million per year to Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway for coal transportation, largely due to the railway's monopoly on access to the HLNP plant. To negotiate a more favorable deal, Mitchum first tried appealing to the railroad's sense of fairness and their long-standing relationship. However, this approach failed to yield results. Mitchum then devised a bold new strategy, creating her own railway to connect with tracks owned by Burlington Northern's competitor, Union Pacific Railroad. Despite Burlington Northern's skepticism and dismissal, Mitchum pursued the idea with her management's support. Union Pacific eventually offered her company a 25% discount off Burlington Northern's rates, leading to the construction of the new railway, christened Janie Rail. This move saved her company over $10 million annually and serves as a powerful example of effectively applying leverage to achieve desirable outcomes. In essence, leverage is a potent tool in the world of negotiation. Mastering its dynamics and strategies can pave the way to not just reaching agreements, but reaching them on your terms, as demonstrated by individuals like Janie Mitchum. Break the deadlock. In high-stakes negotiations, impasses can stall progress and spark conflict. By taking a step back, gaining objectivity, and making small moves toward compromise, you can effectively break the deadlock and reach a successful outcome. Imagine sitting at a long boardroom table with a group of stern-faced executives. Communication has been tense, misunderstandings have surfaced, and you're caught in the middle of a stalled negotiation. When you've reached this point, it's crucial to regain your bearings and find a way to break the deadlock. The key is to cultivate objectivity and take one small step forward. First, clear your head and take a breather to assess your emotions. Ask yourself whether these feelings are suitable in a professional setting. It's important to check your reactions to prevent the negotiation process from derailing. Next, consider your perceptions of the situation. Recognize that your opponent's behaviors aren't a reflection of who they are but rather their positions in the negotiation. Refraining from labeling them as enemies or casting yourself as a victim can prevent a downward spiral. Once you've found objectivity, you can begin to employ the one small step approach. Make a minor, but unmistakable move toward the other party's position. This could be conceding to one of their demands, expressing understanding, or admitting past errors. If they reciprocate, take another small step and continue this pattern until the deadlock is dismantled, and progress can be made. A prime example of using the one small step method was Egyptian President Anwar el-Sadat's historic visit to Israel on November 19, 1977. After years of conflict between the two nations, his simple act of stepping off the plane in Tel Aviv signified his willingness to recognize Israel's existence. This gesture led to the Camp David peace accords, the return of the Sinai Peninsula to Egypt, and both Sadat and Israeli Prime Minister Menachem begin receiving the 1978 Nobel Peace Prize. Though your situation may not be as dire, the one small step strategy can be employed in various contexts, from workplace disagreements to tense business discussions. When you find yourself at an impasse, remember to gain perspective, evaluate your emotions, and make small moves toward resolution. By doing so, you can successfully navigate contentious negotiations and achieve positive outcomes. Ethical negotiation, the three schools. Our approach to negotiation is a demonstration of our fundamental ethical standards. There are three primary schools of bargaining ethics: the poker school, the pragmatist school, and the idealist school. Each has its own perspectives and strategies when it comes to negotiation, from embracing deception to valuing the truth. Imagine discovering a captivating antique globe in a shop, but the price tag is slightly beyond your budget. The elderly shop owner approaches you, and your decision on how to proceed speaks volumes about your negotiation ethics. There are 3 core schools of bargaining ethics that may influence your decision. The poker school treats negotiation as a game with well-defined rules governed by law, preventing fraud, coercion, and breaches of fiduciary duty. Within these boundaries, any tactic, even deception, is deemed acceptable to achieve the best outcome. Followers of this school would have no qualms about using lies to negotiate a better price for the antique globe. The pragmatist school also allows for a certain degree of deception, but its practitioners prefer to avoid misleading statements or outright falsehoods if better options are available. They are concerned about protecting their reputation and credibility within the market and maintaining healthy working relationships with others. Pragmatists will explore avenues to negotiate without jeopardizing themselves or their position in the long run. The idealist school takes a more principled stance, aligning with philosopher Immanuel Kant's belief in always telling the truth, no matter the situation. They view negotiations as crucial, consequential acts and not just a game. Warren Buffett, a prime example of an idealist, has achieved immense success in the business world through his unwavering dedication to honesty and truth. These 3 schools of ethics teach us that in negotiation, our choices represent more than just strategies, they reflect our core principles and the values we abide by in our everyday lives. Each school has its unique set of goals, motivations, and consequences, so consider which one resonates with your own values when navigating the world of negotiation.
In Bargaining for Advantage, GRichardShell provides a comprehensive guide to becoming a great negotiator while staying true to one's character. Building on one's authentic strengths and overcoming weaknesses, the book illuminates the significance of setting optimistic expectations, leveraging norms, and cultivating fair and reciprocal relationships. Moreover, understanding the underlying motivation of the opposing party, gaining leverage, and being mindful of various bargaining ethics can help you navigate even the toughest negotiations. Whether you are competitive or collaborative, these key takeaways will set you on the path of becoming an expert negotiator.